Hi, welcome to the second episode of what I'm now calling Healing Logos. I came up with that name just before I started. It kind of struck me as a good one. The basically, Logos, a shorthand definition of that would be the the essence of the divine within creation. So, you put that together with healing, and I think we may be on the right track about the nature of healing and hopefully kind of the overall theme of these recordings I'm putting together. So, welcome. I'm Dr. Michael Susi. I'm a chiropractor in Mexico, New York. And last time, if you saw that episode, we talked about a study by Harvard, an ongoing study for, I think it was over 80 years, on that followed people over 80 years. And the thing that seemed to be the most related to high, good health outcomes were their nature of their relationships. If they had positive relationships, they were more likely to be healthy well into their 80s. And if they didn't, then they were certainly less likely. So I wanted to kind of expand upon that, maybe follow that thread a little bit. And it has to do with a lot of what I'll probably be talking about, just because it's what interests me, is the nature of consciousness itself and how that affects our health and healing. So there's a few different things we can use to kind of illustrate what I'm talking about. And one of the interesting ones was that if you put someone in a hypnotic trance and you tell them that you're going to put a lit cigarette out on their hand and that they won't feel any pain, but it will burn them, and you use like a pencil eraser, or in this case a pen, and just touch them with it, they will develop a blister there, just like someone had put a cigarette out there. And that's your body's, maybe let's say subconscious control, or your mind's subconscious control of the body and how that interacts. And there's a lot of things we can use to illustrate that, but I think that's a good one. And then we go to the Harvard study, and the people who are centered with their, they have a protective, a walled garden, let's say in Eden. They have the center, their family, their relationships. And then out in the world, they have a foot in chaos, because we all go out into the world. We all make our way in one way or another. But we should always have that secure center to return to. And when that center isn't secure, when there's chaos within that helps kind of undermine our whole feeling of security and safety. And that's what that centralized location is really important, why it's really important. We need to have that security so we can go out into the chaos and do what we need to do. And without it, then our whole world becomes chaos. And of course, then our body suffers. So we need a foot in each, a foot in chaos and a foot in order, to make our way through life. And if we don't have that stability at home, then life becomes that much more difficult, and our health also suffers. So it's about our being balanced. And that's a lot of what I do here. I work with the balance of the body, the balance of the tone, the physical versus emotional, and the tone balanced overall, the posture balanced. And it's a repeating theme that you'll see throughout our talks about health and healing. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them right in the comments below, and I'll try to get back to any of those. Until next week, we'll see you then. Bye-bye.